Welcome to today's deep dive. You know, keeping the lights on in a house is, well, it's just pure physics, right?
Right, yeah. You just plug in a lamp, electricity flows, and you get light.
Exactly. But step into the world of human relationships, and suddenly that electrical grid gets incredibly complicated. People are just blowing fuses left and right.
Oh, absolutely. And that is exactly what we're looking at today.
Right. So we are unpacking a document titled Day 9, and it lays out this spiritual framework for fixing those blown fuses based on Matthew 22.37, loving God with all your heart, soul, and mind.
And just to jump in real quick for you listening, we're exploring these ideas impartially. I mean, we aren't endorsing a specific theology here.
Yeah, definitely not.
We're simply looking at how this source applies, ancient wisdom to modern relational mechanics.
Right. So the text basically draws a straight line from that scripture to why our human connections get so strained. Like it argues we constantly ask other people to provide our ultimate peace or security.
Which is a massive burden.
It really is. To stick with the electrical thing, it's like plugging a fridge, a microwave, and I don't know, a massive TV into a single extension cord.
Yeah, eventually the circuit is going to blow.
Exactly. So how does this text say we fixed that?
Well, the diagnosis here is that no human can carry that kind of voltage. I mean, if you expect a spouse or a best friend to be your ultimate source of complete happiness, you're just going to be disappointed.
Right, because they're only human.
Exactly. But the source argues that placing God first removes that crushing burden from the people around you. Like you shift from loving someone just to receive something you lack to loving them simply to give.
Oh, wait, but practically speaking, if I stop expecting my spouse or my friends to, make me happy, doesn't that just lead to emotional distance?
That's a super common question.
I mean, it almost sounds like a recipe for apathy. Like, why even bother investing in them at all?
It does sound like that at first, but the text suggests the exact opposite actually happens. And it uses this really interesting metaphor of a wheel to explain why.
Okay, a wheel.
Yeah, so imagine a bicycle wheel. God is the center hub, right? And the people in your life, well, they're the spokes.
I see where this is going.
Right, so as you, a spoke, move closer to the center, you aren't just getting closer to the hub. By the sheer geometry of it, you are automatically moving closer to the other spokes too.
Oh, wow. Okay, I love that visual. But what's the actual mechanism there? Like, how does getting closer to the hub practically change how I treat the spoke right next to me?
Well, the source says it's about the transfer of grace. As you move closer to that center, you're actively experiencing patience and forgiveness from a source that, never fails.
Which changes you.
Exactly. The text asserts that this experience fundamentally rewires you. You actually stop demanding perfection from your friends because, well, you aren't being held to a standard of perfection yourself.
Right, so it's less about emotional distance and more about changing your fuel source.
That's a really great way to put it.
You're bringing patience into the interaction instead of just draining the people around you. But, this brings up the inevitable daily grind.
It always does.
Yeah, like, oh, wheel metaphor is great and all, but how does this text suggest you actually rebuild this grid on, like, a busy Tuesday?
So it prescribes a very specific diagnostic test.
Hmm.
The challenge is to take 20 distraction-free minutes today.
20 minutes, okay. Just sitting there.
No, not just sitting. The goal is to read Matthew 22.34 through 40, and then actively make one practical change to your schedule that actually reflects placing God first.
Just one change. And reading those specific verses, what is that supposed to do exactly? Is it just to remind you of the hierarchy?
It's deeper than that. It forces a confrontation, really, like your actual priorities versus your stated ones.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is tough.
Because those verses center on the commandment to love God first. So by pairing that reading with a physical schedule change, the text forces you to look at where your time and energy are really going. It asks this really piercing question, actually. Has anyone or anything quietly taken first place in your heart instead of God?
Quietly. I feel like that's the real danger, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely.
It's almost never this grand, intentional rejection of your priorities. It's just a slow creep,
Yes, exactly.
like an ambition, a possession, or, even a really good relationship just slowly slides into that center hub, and suddenly the circuits are overloaded again.
Precisely. And that's the core principle this source leaves us with. When the center is properly established, every healthy relationship naturally finds its sustainable place.
The pressure is off the extension cord.
Exactly. The whole system just functions.
Which really leaves us with an interesting diagnostic tool for our own lives. I mean, if our daily relationships act as circuit breakers for our priorities, what might your recurring frustrations with others reveal about what currently sits at the true center of your wheel?